another Gongs Unlimited live healing event. It's almost Christmas 2022, a delightful time. I think it'll be really fun looking back at this, maybe whatever's going on in, let's say, 2028, 2020, looking back and like, wow, we were all so innocent then. Or maybe and then we look back at ourselves at 2016 or 2014, we go, oh man, experience. We're having a lot of experiences right now on the planet. And that is great. Just to alert you, it's not necessarily a bad thing. Guess what? You chose, you scrambled, you wanted to get a body to be alive during this time of great change. Even if you're not necessarily spiritually aware, you knew you were going to get a big healing living through this time. And if you are spiritually aware, isn't it fascinating to see how you can go in and out of being in a nice, gentle healing space versus getting hit or whatever, or how your thoughts or your emotions pull you off and maybe make you spiral down a little? It's a great thing. Because on one level, we are all innocent even now. Another level, we're very experienced. One of my spiritual teachers not always, but he used to like to, or does still describe of like, how are we changing our body of karma to a body of wisdom? And one of the things about that is forgiveness. If you can forgive different parts of yourself, you become more open to receiving God's grace, God's healing. And then that karma that kept you out of sync with the divine, with the love, with that delightful mix, in a sense, of the purity of spirit versus the experience and wisdom and strength, gets healed. So today we're going to talk a little bit about and do a healing on the miracle energy. And miracle energy really shows up a lot more around this time of the year, all over the planet, whether or not they're Christians, Muslims, atheists, agnostics, it's around. And it shows an openness to the divine, and it shows a connection. Now, when I say miracle energy, it's a beautiful blessing. It doesn't have to be like, a miracle, I won the lotto, or a miracle, my leg that was amputated grew back, or a miracle, this man I finally wanted to ask me to marry me did, and not only that, he turned out he was a prince of a duchy in Luxembourg. Miracles don't have to have great size to be a miracle. A miracle is an energy that's just that kind of blessing that comes along, and it's not a prove it, like, I asked God to give this to me and bing, I prove it, that means it's a miracle. It's a certain quality of energy, a certain level of blessedness, and from there, communication, and many other things. But let's talk about it. So one of the things we're going to do today is like help us all to get into a space to receive miracles. God, the divine angels, Jesus, Mary, they're all always ready to give us stuff. But funny enough, we're always pushing it away. Not always, but there's like, oh, I can have a miracle only in this section. I can only have a miracle about my children, but I can't have a miracle about this or that. Or I'm not worthy to have a miracle because don't you remember that past life when I was a really mean person and I did this? So I can never forgive myself, so I can never have a miracle again. There's so much forgiveness, but we don't always forgive ourselves. Sometimes we are the hardest judge on ourselves once we see something we may have done, be it in a past life review, be it whatever that may have hurt someone. And then we walk around. But we're not going to talk about karma and that stuff. We're going to talk about miracles today. So the first thing I'd love for you to do is to ground your body and your aura. Maybe you have a certain way you like to ground. I'm just going to talk about one particular type. I want you to sit back on a chair, someplace where it's not too noisy for you, and just breathe. Notice your body. lot of stress right now. And then imagine your first chakra at the base of your spine. Imagine that first chakra with a line of energy connected to the center of the planet. Just do it without effort. You don't have to poop it out. You just kind of go, connected. And let it become that line, that circle, that cylinder of energy. Allow it to become maybe like, foot or two around your front, your back, and bring your aura in and tuck it in there. And just let it release stuff that's not you. It'll go straight to the center of the planet, allow gravity. And let me be clear, the miracle of living on this planet is she can handle it. She's going to take that energy and change it, make it neutral, send it back to where it goes. You're not hurting the planet. You're not hurting the planet. This is a spiritual thing, and she's built to do it. She wants us to be connected to her. A lot of our problems nowadays in this time period, I bet if everyone had been more grounded, we'd have less environmental things, less environmental issues. So while it's grounding, and your eyes are closed, and you're imagining yourself as a spirit behind your eyes, so you're tucking yourself into behind your eyes and into the first chakra, and just kind of notice your aura. Ignore the drawings you've seen on the internet. Everyone's aura is different. It does have 7 layers. Maybe even just take your hands and feel where there's some stuck energy. Ooh, I have a little bit right here. Someone's angry at me. I'll just let that go. Oh, using my hands. Oh, here. Somebody's jealous. I've got different energies. There's lots there. I can't clean it all out right now. I'm just going to let it ground and say hello to it. So just for a second, imagine saying hello to the energy in your aura that's not you and saying thank you. You can go down my grounding cord. Great. Just notice that and breathe. Maybe you're finding a little more space for yourself now. Now, we're going to do something pretty simple and easy, and you're not even really have to do much work, except just acknowledging you may have some parts of yourself that can't accept a miracle. So we're going to bring down my favorite big brother in the universe, Jesus, Yeshua. I'm going to ask him to step his energy to come in, and I want you to imagine, as you hear the sound, that underneath the sound, there's a spiritual energy coming from the Christ force, from Jesus' healing energy, riding the sound. And that's underneath the sound, and it can come to you and heal you. However you want to visualize that, you can just say hello to it and see what you see. You could feel it with your hands. You can just experience it. But through this video, through the sound, there's going to be some healing energy come through. Now, however you experience that, I want you to ask it and offer it the places in your space, the judgments you have of yourself, the energies around you that are not letting you have miracles or great healing energy in your space. So what first thing we need to do is remove what is keeping us from having miracles. It's a very sort of, for lack of a better term, mechanical or mathematical equation. So just allow it to come in. And for example, me, what's coming out is like where I think I'm a bad communicator or bad teacher, or I'm not worthy of being the person to help here. So I asked that, can I have that removed? And it's starting to come out. But you may have many other things. You'd be surprised. when we have blocks to that connection to God, other energies can get in there and control us or limit us. If you're walking around like, oh, there's an original sin, I'll never get over my original sin, I'm not worthy, or, oh, my grandfather told me the only way you could talk to God was if you're a mystic and none of us get to do that, or I can talk to God after I take care of these 6 people on my social ecology fix list. I can talk to God after I buy 12 presents for all the children. I can have a miracle after my friend finally divorces her husband, whatever it is. Let that go. Give it to Jesus. Let Jesus, Christ Force energy, kind of help remove it. And that's the same for you guys playing the instruments too. You can do that same kind of healing on yourself. Right there. You don't have to do anything. You're asking for the healing. And when you ask for the healing, ask and you shall receive. It's not asking from an ego space of, I need to have this new pink Lamborghini, if I can reference Atlantis season 4, the finale. I need to have this new pink Lamborghini. No, that's an ego. You're asking for yourself as a spirit, as a soul. Heal me so I can talk to God better. Great. Now, what happens when you've taken some muck out? Well, now it's getting ready to experience more miracle energy. So I want you to imagine a meter, a gauge, a thermometer, some sort of thing. 0 to 100. And I want that gauge to be how much you can receive the miracle energy, a blessing in your life right now. There's no right or wrong. You could be at 10%. You could be at 50. You could be 95. It doesn't matter. You're not proving anything to us. Everyone has wherever they are. It's how much for you. It's not compared. It's for you. So if I look right now for myself, I'm only at about 68, 72 because I'm working on some stress about myself. So I want you just to take that meter, that thing, and just kind of imagine it going to 100. If you want to tie it to 100, just go, anything that's in the way, I want to be able to receive a miracle healing fully. That's the way I'm putting myself in a receptive healing space. So it's really simple. We're cleaning out some of the blocks, and we're opening up to this healing. And if you think you're stuck or you're confused, ask the healing energy right now that's coming through with the sound to help you. Ask Jesus directly. Ask God directly. Doesn't matter if you're Jewish, doesn't matter if you're Muslim, doesn't matter if you're atheist, whatever, if you're only spiritual but not religious. I don't care. He's there. He'll help you. All you got to do is ask. He's making a joke, except for you, Andrew, because you're so bad. Yeah. That's sometimes the picture I have. So it's up to 100. Okay. And now it's a simple, you can lay yourself a simple prayer. Go, God, Jesus, can this healing energy come to me, the miracle healing energy, in the place I need it most? You don't even have to know where it is. Let them, they see you much more clearly than you see yourselves. You see yourself. Just let them go, can this healing energy come through, whether it's a video or just directly to me, and allow this miracle energy to fill up my chakras, my aura, my bodies, all the different bodies, the astral body, the etheric body, the mental bodies. Let it fill me up everywhere. Can I please have a high degree of miracle energy and change for myself? Whatever that means for you. You don't know where it's going to even go yet. You don't have to say, it has to be directed right here, you know, because I have gangrene. Well, that's fine, but most of the stuff you're asking for, you don't have gangrene. And let it go to you first. Don't worry about the Ukraine. Don't worry about, you know, the earthquake, or just worry about for you first. You have to embody it. Healer, heal thyself. Maybe you're feeling it in your body or around your head or your aura. Remember, it's sound, but the sound is merely a conveyance for the spiritual healing energy in this particular instance. Other situations, the sound is the sound, but we're using it to convey the spiritual energy. Other stuff go down that grounding cord. If you have to make a new grounding cord, blow up the old one and make a new one. Just imagine it exploding and make a new one. And just let the stuff that's not helping you have a miracle release. The I don't believe this, or the grandma couldn't have a miracle, you can't. Or stop changing, we like you this way. Ask them to show you, but ask Jesus, Yeshua, ask God, ask Mary, whoever you feel, for something you really want. For something you really want. And that if the miracle energy that you've got, if you can ask him if that can help create it or help start to change the energy, have it, may that have something. Ask for a Christmas present for yourself. Sometimes when you ask for something, there's a bunch of healing that has to go on to change you to have it. So ask for that healing to be happening too. Suppose you were a performer and you wanted to get a bigger role. Well, maybe there's some changes in your limits or your happiness or whatever business that needs to change. Well, ask for the change to happen too. But on a miracle level, on a blessing level. And remember, you're not here to control how the miracle energy works. You're not here to tell God, I need this miracle, I need it exactly this way. If you start doing that, they're just going to smile. They're going to laugh. They're like, I've heard that a gazillion times before. Ask that they guide you to the best place. Sometimes what you really think you've been wanting, actually, there's something even better a miracle can receive. Thank you. It's even better. Good timing. Ding! Light bulb. So if you've been controlling anything, forgive yourself for that. And just kind of notice now. Maybe how we remember at the beginning when we walked around with our hands in our aura. Notice what's going on in your aura now. Notice something in your aura. Oh, my aura is a lot lighter, filled with a lot more blessing and miracle energy. Still has stuff in it. It's not all perfect, but it's the spiritual, the divine certainty is becoming stronger than all the problems. So we're going to do, this is a beautiful healing, and we're going to, I think, close it with a prayer. If you have any questions, please ask them in the YouTube bottom there, or wherever you see this video. Great. Okay. Ooh. One second. All right. May it be with all the blessings and miracle energy of the universe, that everyone who's watched this video gets the healing that they need. May you take this healing and walk with it in your life further. May it be something you remember and can create on your own in different situations. May the truth and certainty and love of spirit fill all of our lives more and more, so that every day we have some sort of miracle in them. I wish you so much happiness, and thank you for letting me share this with you. Amen.